Welcome to Harvard Extension School's Math E15, our Calculus 1 course. I'm Eric Town and I'm standing here outside of Johnston Gate, the main entrance to Harvard Yard. We're right here in the middle of the city of Cambridge, next to a busy street. The first time I came through this gate was as a college freshman back in September of 1989, and I've been here on campus either as a student or a faculty member almost every year since then, with a brief exception of some time away working on Wall Street. When I first came here, the only way to get a Harvard education was to be here on campus, and my father and I drove 20 hours straight through the night from Wisconsin to get here, and then he drove all the way back by himself. Now, through the advances in online education, we're able to offer you the chance to get a Harvard education wherever you live, anywhere on the planet, and we're very happy about that. Now we'll head over to our next stop on the tour, Weld Hall. This is Weld Hall, one of the buildings in Harvard Yard that housed first-year students. John F. Kennedy lived here, and so did I. My roommates and I shared a suite on the 5th floor of Weld. Since I was the first one of us to arrive that day back in September, my father and I got to carry all of my belongings up to the 5th floor, and then we got to help all of my roommates move their things up as well. When my roommates and I regathered here for our 10th reunion in 2003, we found that Harvard had then installed an elevator. Weld Hall is also where my math study group met during our first year. We often stayed up nearly all night on Wednesdays working on our problem sets for what was then Harvard's famously difficult Math 25 course. Don't worry, for Math E15 we won't be expecting you to stay up all night doing your homework. And now we'll head over to the Science Center, which is the next stop on our little tour. This is the Science Center, which houses the Harvard Math Department. It's where I took that Math 25 course that we mentioned earlier. It's also where I spent many, many delightful hours during my senior year writing my senior thesis, which was on the topic of analytic number theory. That's an area of math that finds a surprising and quite fascinating connection between prime numbers and calculus. The Science Center is also where I had my office up on the 4th floor when I taught for Harvard College during the day. Now we'll take a walk over across Tercentenary Theater to Seaver Hall. Tercentenary Theater was named in 1936 in honor of the 300th anniversary of the founding of Harvard College, and it has hosted many famous speakers over the years, including the mathematician G.H. Hardy, about whom we'll hear more later in the course, the author J.K. Rowling, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, and Winston Churchill. Now let's walk over to Seaver Hall. Now we're standing on the steps of Seaver Hall, facing lovely Tercentenary Theater in Harvard Yard, where commencement takes place each spring. Seaver Hall is where I have taught the on-campus version of Math E15 many times over the years. It's also where we recorded all of the videos for the online-only version of the course. One little-known architectural feature of Seaver Hall is that this is what's called a whispering arch. So if you were standing on the opposite end of the arch, you could hear me whispering to you from over here. And you can be sure that some mathematics went into computing just the right shape of the arch to make that happen. And now I think we're ready to do some math of our own.